Hi, welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. I just took treatment for a low, so we're gonna wait 15 minutes and see how I proceed. Today's video is I want to discuss life after type 1 diabetes. Because there really is a life. I've proven it. I've had it for 47 years. Hasn't always been a smooth road, but there is life after type 1 diabetes. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. So, I told this story before, and I didn't really know the mechanics behind it. Excuse me. But I had a roommate who had just got diagnosed with type 1. And they thought, oh, let's put the old diabetic and the new diabetic so he could talk to this person and get all the ideas of what is going on. Well, I met with this person. He came into the room and immediately he turned off all the lights. He wanted all the blinds closed and he wanted it pitch black, any little light. Well, this was before really cell phones. So if I had a cell phone, I'm sure he would have wanted that out. He wanted just to sit in darkness and really feel, I've always felt kind of sorry for himself. Okay, you got a big some shock. Some people react differently. My whole life has been, hey, I've got this condition, let's move on. I hope that he's done well for himself. I never saw this guy. Well, it was like 2 days and he signed himself out of the hospital. He said, okay, give me the insulin, I'm fine. Chances are he wasn't. And it wasn't anything he did, it was how he was responding to getting the news. And I've come to the realization that people are going to respond to life shocks. And it's really easy how some people excuse me for a moment. There, let's back on. That people are going to face life different. If the person had diagnosed with heart disease or needed brain surgery. It's the same thing as your response to death. Oh, how am I going to live my life? This guy's biggest issue at the time, and granted he must be, I don't know, 23, was, oh, I can't go out drinking with my friends. That was his whole life problem, that he couldn't go out with his friends anymore. And I understand that. But you can still go out, you just can't get drunk. And if you have to go out and drink just to get drunk, then you may have an issue. I can go out with friends. I don't go out, hey, I'm going to go out drinking, but I can care for what I drink, make sure I eat food. It all works itself out. But there's other people saying, oh, my dream was to become a firefighter, and now I can't. Well, I would really hate to say that sometimes life does give us great, what's it, roads to breaking through. May not be that you can't be right now, but later on in life, who knows? Things are changing all of a sudden. I know it's very hard to become a police officer with diabetes. It's even, you can't serve in the military if you have diabetes. In Canada. This is in Canada. The States, it might be different. If that's your dream, you may have to manipulate your dream, make it to suit your needs. It may not be you can't be frontline firefighter, but you could do other things to support it until such time that you meet the requirements. I know this sounds like you have to do what we say, but you have to fit your life into your disease and or your condition. And sometimes your condition may need to take first place. And I'm sorry, that may be your dream. But we don't know what's down the road. It could be something completely different. Could end up coming your way. Something much more better. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. I figured I want to go and teach high school history. I enjoyed history, and I thought I could do that job. It would be great. But things didn't work out that way. I got my teaching credentials, but I did end up that road. Am I disappointed? Yeah, I was disappointed. But that doesn't mean that was the end of my life. More other roles came into my life. I progressed as far as I could. And that sounds like a letdown, doesn't it? I'll admit that. But you'll find things will work out for you. Don't always count your dreams out. If you want to be a firefighter, that's great. Find ways of meeting the expectations. You have to understand if you're insulin dependent, some jobs may be limited as an ability, but that doesn't mean you can't manipulate them. I'm sure if you speak with the doctors, that you could find ways to help out. There have been, I won't say there's never been, a type 1 diabetic who served our country, and great if you have. But don't count yourself short. You will find that something will come out and be more to your liking, or maybe something that you can develop working with the firefighters. I'm just using firefighters because they know airline pilots. If people want to be a pilot and then find out they have type 1 diabetes and put on insulin, no one's going to say, hey, you can't do that forever. Who knows? We're getting closer to a cure every single day. And I know we've talked about 15 years, 5 to 10 years. That's all we'll have to wait. But we're a hell of a lot closer now. So I would have to say, relax, breathe, get over this diagnosis hurdle first, and then move on. We all have dreams from our childhood. Doesn't mean forever that those dreams stay alive. I was going to be a singer. Truthfully, I was going to be a singer. And I inherited my dad's vocal abilities. And my dad was always the dad. If you went to church with him, he was always the one that would yell out the hymns. And he wasn't on key. And I inherited that. Both my mother and my father really couldn't sing. I went through many a years of her belting out Tom Jones songs off key. But that one, I came to realize I couldn't do it. I know I can't sing. But I got up, I was able to present public speaking for years. I did adult education, and I found that so much more fulfilling. Doesn't mean if you can't do the job, you gotta go out there and teach. It may be something that will work for you. Otherwise, it won't, and that's fine. You are an awesome individual. Life will open doors. The old adage, God shuts the window, but he opens the door. There's going to be something out there in life. Don't count yourself short. You're an awesome individual. Diabetes may just be a step you have to overcome. But let's do it, and let's help with this. Help with the elimination of diabetes. Think about it. But just remember, it's not the end of the road. Have a great day, and we'll talk again soon. Bye now. My email address is Mike's Diabetes World at gmail.com. All one line. Drop me